You know, often when we get movies about poverty, incredible poverty, you know, they have an uplift at some point in the movie where everything changes for the person. I think of Slumdog Millionaire, you know, he goes on to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or that film that came out with Nicole Kidman like a year or two ago where he has the adopted family. Rarely do we stay in with them while they are poor and kind of leave it that way, because that's how most people are. I'm wondering if you ever hesitated about that, if you ever wanted to add a more uplifting narrative to it, because so often filmmakers and producers, I think, get very worried about what the audience is going to have to go through. Thankfully, you didn't do that, but
I felt this responsibility to actually reflect the reality. I wasn't entitled to imagine the story or imagine like sort of a happy ending or uplifting situation to attract audience. That was not the aim. The aim is to attract audience to the reality and not imagine it or fantasize it. That was my responsibility. My responsibility is to be the vehicle and the platform for them to express their reality and their struggle. And I felt this very strongly. Of course, it's entertaining because the film has a story. It's not
the kid
only
is incredibly charismatic.
Exactly, and it's not only a documentary. It is a fiction, but it's a fiction based on reality. And I wanted it to be this way. And we wanted to intervene the least possible. There is a fiction, but we had to be, in a way, the most invisible possible in order for reality to just, you know, happen in front of us, and we navigate this reality toward the fiction that we had written. So it was very challenging, and it was a interesting process, not like a normal kind of situation of, you know, a script where you need to exactly execute what's written. It was because you can't really expect a child to do what you want him to do when you want him to do it. So sometimes we would shoot things or reactions that were not exactly meant for that scene that we were shooting at that moment. But we knew that we were going to take it and incorporate it in a different scene. So we had this really freedom. We weren't, the most important thing is not to be scared of where this film can lead you sometimes and where life can lead you. And you have to be very ready to be, in order to capture it. And I had an amazing crew of passionate people who were just there for the film, for us, for whatever was happening. And a cinematographer who was always there and so talented and so devoted in order to really capture every moment and not be scared of sometimes, you know, sometimes we would completely like start improvising and knowing where we were going to land because we have a very strong script, but really not be scared to go with the flow. And if it's not going to work today, it's going to work tomorrow. And it's really the fact that, you know, we produced it and my husband produced it that gave me this freedom. Otherwise, it would have been impossible to do it.